Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Mayhem of 2018. My name is Darren Jacobs, and I can't wait to get started. We are kicking things off with the general manager, who's going to come down and give a brief run through of what's happening tonight. 2018 is going to be a big year, and we're kicking off with a bang, so I'm going to hand over to the general manager, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about tonight's card. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first official show of 2018. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. Today, we see the debut match of the newest member of the roster and the winner of the Road to Glory tournament, James Rowley. And we will also see the beginning of a tag team tournament to find the new #1 contenders for the Linebacks Tag Team Championships, featuring some new teams that are being tested out tonight and for the rest of Mayhem 2018. And if you thought that was it, you're wrong, because tonight both Mason Foster and Aaron Albright have requested to initiate their rematch clauses. And so to kick off 2018, we are going to have the European Championship and the WIW Championship on the line in our co-main events in what will both be Falls Count Anywhere matches. But Jaden versus Albright will have one slight twist. It will be a 2 out of 3 falls match. And then after this, Jaden and Albright will not be fighting each other again. Enjoy tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the announcements are out. We've got a big night ahead for the first episode of Monday Night Mayhem's return, and I can't wait to get things started. We are kicking off with the winner of the 2018 champion of the Road to Glory, James Rowley, the winner of the Road to Glory tournament, the man who captured a WIW contract, makes his debut tonight in the traditional debut match. Of course, you all know the drill. A random opponent's going to come out here and take on the debut superstar. In this case, James Rowley, who won the tournament that was well contested. He won the finals against JW Cashman. Of course, at this moment in time, we have still not decided a winner, so go to the website at worldinternetwrestling.com and vote for your favorite superstar of the tournament for them to also get an opportunity at becoming a champion, becoming a WIW superstar, but the champion of the tournament, James Rowley, the fun-loving party boy, is ready to come out and make his in-ring debut here on Monday Night Mayhem. But the question is, who has come up to step up to the task of taking him on in his debut? We will find out right about now. As making his way down to the ring, it's Oliver Regem, another man trying to branch out here in WIW. Hasn't had much success here on Mayhem, but he's had his moments. He's been in a lot of #1 contenders matches where he's really shown his strength, but just falls short at the final hurdle. Oliver Regem, we know, is a great striker, likes to use the punches and kicks to really branch out here and give himself some breathing room. But for Oliver Regem, every step is a step forward, and unfortunately for him, he just can't take that final step that he needs to get the title gold. But of course, with both titles on the line tonight, hoping to remove both rematch clauses, tonight maybe Oliver Regem can show maybe he's ready for a title. Maybe he's ready to become a champion here, and he can do that here against the winner of the tournament in James Rowley. A big win tonight it would be for both of these men. Rowley and Regem ready to go. Let's see what they can do. Remember, tonight 2 title matches on the line in the co-main events, and of course the start of the tag team tournament as well. It's been a big night here. Well, it's going to be a big night. And Rowley starts it off with a neck breaker. And we saw in the tournament, oh, he's going very early for a cover here, just eager to get his first win under his belt. Remember, very difficult to pick up a debut victory. We've seen it from several people. And of course, this isn't a debut versus debut match, so there isn't a guaranteed debut, because Regem, we know, is fully capable of picking up the win, and there's a neck snap there. And yeah, we saw in the tournament, James Rowley likes to have a bit of fun, likes to party, likes to mess around a bit in the ring, but he is very focused when he's inside and likes to get the job done. And he did so pretty efficiently. The first round was an amazing win. Oh, look at that. beautiful frog splash there from Oliver Regem, showing a bit of aerial range now. First round was a very quick win against Merritt, followed by a count-out win against Jackson Wagner, who tried to get him counted out, but it backfired on him, and in the end, the win came for James Rowley. And Regem off the cover off the Russian leg sweep. He's only going to get a 1 count for his troubles. And then, of course, went to the finals, where it was a match between him and JW Cashman, who pretty much dominated him for the majority of the match, but couldn't quite get the job done as James Rowley manages to pick up the win. And now look at this beautiful aeroplane spin, just doing the little bit of a wearing down process here from James Rowley, and a snap suplex to follow. And Rowley, of course, his mentor was Damas. It was a surprise to everyone that he was a mentor, but it wasn't a surprise to me at all, because Damas, of course, knows how to lead people, of course, led the League of Gods brilliantly to this point. They just haven't been able to capture the tag team gold like they've wanted to. Oh, look at that. Regem just taking him to the outside there by throwing him off the top rope. And as for Oliver Regem, he's been establishing himself as of late. He's been quite a competitive superstar, always competing. He's there in the #1 contenders picture, and the general manager has taken quite a liking to Regem. But the question is, how much does Regem have to offer? Of course, like we mentioned before, a lot of #1 contendership opportunities have been wasted by Regem. And now he'd be looking in 2018 to make it his year and try and pick up a big needed win. And right now, trying to wear down the referee's count here to try and maybe score the count out. But instead, Regem, oh, look at that, was looking for the discus clothesline, but what a catch by Rowley. I was looking for a pile driver. Oh, but a big counter. Big counter there from Oliver Regem, who was looking for the discus clothesline and connects this time. And is that going to be enough? It could be here. Big discus clothesline from Regem. And only gets a 2 count for his troubles. And Regem, of course, as I was saying, looking for a big year in 2018. Didn't make the greatest of impressions, but now ready to make a big one here. Oliver Regem looking to wrap this one up. Series of strikes followed by the knee. And Oliver Regem might have just knocked off James Rowley. And is that the win? No, it's not. It's a kick out at 2. And Regem can't believe it. He thinks that was a 3 count. The referee calls it a 2. And Rowley doing whatever needs to be done here to stay in the match, but he needs to start getting some offense in, and this might do it here. Looking for that 619 if he can land it. Regem in a lot of trouble here. Connects with the kick, but can he follow through with the splash? Yes, he can. Beautiful move by James Rowley, keeping himself in it, and now to the opposite side of the ropes. We've seen this before in the tournament. Is it going to be enough to put away Regem? There's the knee. No, he misses. Regem sidesteps the knee, but follow through with a DDT. No! Another counter by Regem. And Regem doing whatever it takes to spoil the debut tonight. And a discus forearm to James Rowley in the middle of the ring. What an opening contest we've had so far. And now look at this with the neck breaker. Oh, right in the middle of the ring. Beautiful stuff. Regem really showing off here tonight. And now look at this. Whoa, was looking for that combination of strikes following the knee again. But unfortunately for Regem, couldn't connect. Rowley with the counter. But wisely keeping on top of him here, Regem not going to give him a space, but a big counter, and now he rolls out the ring. Only just to the other side of the ropes, and Rowley looking confident there. He feels that the tide might be turning back in his favor. And look at that, stunner off the ropes. And Rowley crashes to the outside. And the referee begins the count. And he's going to continue to work on him on the outside here. And Rowley showing some resiliency here because he's taken some big strikes here and Regem just can't seem to put him away. But we did see that as well in the finals of the tournament. Rowley just refusing to give in, and there's a big knee drop. Count of 5 from the referee. He needs to get himself back in the ring if he wants to win it on the inside, and unless he's planning for the count-out win, which I can't imagine he is. And back into the ring goes Rowley. And Rowley, of course, winning the tournament on submission. He's going to try and go for the cover win here tonight, and he only gets a 1. But you can see he's tired, he's taken the hits, and it's finally starting to come into effect. He can only take a few more hits, surely. A few more big ones at least. But now he's looking to land a big one of his own. Looking again for that high-flying knee if he can connect with it. James Rowley. Could this put him away? Yes, it can. Big knee. Is it going to be enough to win, though? James Rowley into the cover. Off the knee. And Regem is defeated by Rowley. Big debut victory for James Rowley. Commiserations to Oliver Regem, who put on a fantastic fight. Really put the rookie through his paces, and I thought the discus clothesline, or at least the discus forearm, was going to be enough to put it away. That 619 able to keep Rowley in competition, but I thought that was the turning point. That discus forearm, once he kicked out of that, that is when things changed in the favour of Lee. And he managed to wrap it up with that jumping knee from the top rope. And James Rowley picks up the win here tonight. Oh, look at this. It's Alan Hart. And look at this. He was calling the girls to the ring, but Alan Hart has come down to the ring and now is attacking the rookie James Rowley. And a zigzag to the back. And the All-Heart, Alan Hart, sending a warning to the rookie as he locks in the sharpshooter. Sharpshooter, and Rowley is forced to tap by Alan Hart. Alan Hart. Well, I'm not sure what that was about, but warnings have been sent. Alan Hart looking to step out this year, and he's not letting anyone jump the queue. That was an amazing first matchup, though. Shame on the ending, but it's time to move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, the first match of the tag team tournament that is about to kick off, and we are kicking things off with Brett and Max returning to the red and black brand. It is the Cotterrells. After turning their backs on Travis, after being let down by his management once again, they've decided they're going to do things their own way, and tonight they're ready to kick off the tournament. Oh, wait a minute. Who's that? I can't quite see through the darkness, but someone is charging up behind them. The boys need to turn around. They don't even realise people are coming up from behind. Oh, and a running bulldog. And look at this. It's Lachlan. Lachlan and AD Nathaniel attacking the Cotterrells. Are they the new tag team? I guess they must be. And they're getting an early start in here as they attack Max and Brett. Max is trying to fight back valiantly, but it looks like right now they've just been caught off guard. And Lachlan and Nathaniel with an answer to them. And now look at this. Oh no! Spins him around. AD Nathaniel. Roll in peace. R.I.P. to Max Cotterrell, and now picking Brett up. What's he thinking now? Lachlan just dealing with Max on the outside. And it looks like now Lachlan's getting this one into the ring. Well, I guess two legal men are in the ring, so I guess we can start this matchup. And now he's got him in the ring right where he wants him. Oh, and a massive gut punch to Brett. And oh my god, the referee has called the bell. Oh, what a shocking start to the match this has been, but look at this. Some tag team work here. Oh, and look at that, and a massive neck breaker. And the crowd are in disbelief and in disapproval. But the referee begins the match, the move's been hit, and Lachlan and AD Nathaniel just knocked off the Cotterrells in what must be record tag team time. That was unbelievable stuff there. They just jumped the Cotterrells and they've been allowed to get away with it here. And they've picked up their first victory as a tag team. And I guess they're progressing to the next round of the tag team tournament. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bizarre development. But it looks like Lachlan and Nathaniel, even if we aren't on the same page as them, it looks like these two are on the same page. They're ready to cause some trouble here on Monday Night Mayhem. Well, are we looking at a team potentially ready to go and push for the tag team titles? I don't know. But if they're going to go about that, I'm sure the general manager will have something to say about it. But it is time to move on down the rest of the card. But what a shocking start to the tag team tournament. Well, that was a bizarre start to the tag team tournament. But it's now time for some women's action. And we got a fatal four-way between four women who I believe are all making their WIW Mayhem debuts tonight. Hallie Bowen out first. His fatal four-way match was arranged because, of course, we've had four women roughly working on in the Mayhem division right now. Those women are Elliot Rogers, Leia Rose, Lulu Torres, and of course the women's champion herself, Sandra Piper. And the general manager, Blake Austin, wants to get an idea of which one of these 4 women are ready to step up to the plate. Of course, Sandra Piper looking quite dominant, taking out the obvious #1 contender at the last pay-per-view in Lulu Torres. And now Hallie Bowen and the 3 other women are getting an opportunity to show their worth, a women's championship opportunity. Of course, the women's championship will not be defended at the next pay-per-view, as it will be the Battle of the Brands pay-per-view. More details on that to come following the Fight Night exclusive pay-per-view, which will be this Sunday. But next out, Katherine Albright, ready to come down to the ring tonight. She needs to make a good impact. She didn't really impress too much on her debut in the 8 Women's Battle Royal for the Women's Championship, and since then she's fallen off the radar. But tonight she gets the chance to put herself back on top, or on top for the first time as it would be in her career here. It's a Mayhem debut for all these women, so it's important that they impress the general manager as much as they can. And of course, if they can catch the eye of the women's champion Sandra Piper, that's going to go a long way in helping them out as well. And it's fatal 4-way action, so it's not exactly the easiest of competitions to make your debut on, but all 4 of these women are ready. Who can get the job done? Katherine Albright lets her hair down as the 3rd woman makes her way down to the ring, and Adrian Reyes, ready to make her Mayhem debut. Of course, the companion of the Starboy, El Estrella Chico, who is not in the card tonight, so I'm sure he'll be watching backstage, eagerly awaiting to see how Adrian Reyes gets the job done. Of course, was the former manager decided to step into the ring when El Estrella Chico debuted, so she has not been the manager for Chico yet. Of course, Chico not really needing a manager right now, but Adrian Reyes ready to make her Mayhem debut and trying to impress as much as possible. El Estrella Chico, of course, the Starboy, caught the eyes of many of the fans and they all fell in love with him quite quickly. Is that going to happen with Adrian Reyes? She didn't really get a chance to show what she was made of in the Women's Battle Royal, but now gets one more chance. And of course, one woman that we all know very, very well, it is Tiffany Abbott, of course, in the trial era, the most dominant woman in WIW, was women's champion twice round, and of course had no problems holding it for quite a long reign of time. Of course, the trial era is history deleted now, it's all in the past, and Tiffany Abbott did not impress at all. I'm pretty sure she was the first eliminated in the Women's Battle Royal. Of course, we know that she has the ability to step up and take what's hers, well, she believes is hers anyway, and that is the Women's Championship, so she needs to show the ability that she showed in the early going. The fact that Tiffany really struggled in the Women's Battle Royal has shown how far the women's division has come, and now these 4 women get to show where they stand in that women's division. And the match getting straight underway. Tiffany Abbott going for Katherine Albright, and Hallie Bowen going to take to the outside with Adrian Reyes. And this is not falls count anywhere. It is 1 fall to the finish, but it needs to occur inside the ring. And Tiffany Abbott getting straight to work on it, but Katherine Albright with a counter of her own. And now another counter, this time by Tiffany Abbott, who just drops her down there with an inverted DDT. Meanwhile, Hallie Bowen's just been stomping away on the outside, but the first cover in the match brings her back into the ring. And she gets a 1 count there on Katherine Albright. And she's going to turn her attention back to Adrian Reyes as Tiffany Abbott takes Katherine to the outside. But look at this massive brainbuster by Hallie Bowen. Or Bowen, however you wish to pronounce it. Straight into the cover. And it's only going to get a 1 count. And these 4 women, of course, half of the women's division. Look at that. Beautiful fisherman suplex. Releasing on the way down for added impact. Part of the 8-woman division, which has really shown itself, of course, debuting before the Fight Night brand. Fight Night brand only just going to get underway with their women's division stuff now that Laura Stables has been crowned, who clearly is not quite the person that she appeared to be. But I'm sure we'll find out more of that on Fight Night. But otherwise, The 4 women that really stood out at the gate was Lulu Torres, Leah Rose, Sandra Piper, of course, who won the women's championship, and Elliot Rogers. And now these 4 women get a chance to shine. And look at that, Katherine Albright's going to take Hallie Bowen to the outside. And lots of different matchups and battles going on here, not sticking to just one fight. Both continuing, everyone continuing to find different battles to try and see if they can get an advantage over that one. And Reyes looking to do just that here with a backbreaker to Tiffany Abbott. Look at the strength on the outside, though, of Katherine Albright, lifting up Hallie Bowen, and a big suplex onto the outside, where added damage is going to be done. Big counter there by Tiffany in the middle of the ring. Crucifix going to roll her up for the cover. She might be able to steal one here. She's only going to get a 1 count. Referee might have released that a little early there. I think that might have been going for a 2. To the middle rope, Tiffany, and she misses the double axe handle from the middle rope. And now Reyes trying to capitalize. There's a Northern Lights and hanging her off the ropes as well. That's going to do some damage. And now Katherine, what's she thinking? Looking for a Northern Lights of her own. And off the ropes again. Oh, but look at this. Picking her up, following through with a brainbuster as Adrian Reyes goes for the cover. She's only going to get a 1 count. But Katherine Albright ready to finish off Hallie Bowen. What's she got to offer? Massive kick to the gut. And what's she thinking here? Oh, and a massive heel kick. And following, look at this. Abbott with a famouser. Famouser by Abbott. Albright's going to go for the cover. And look at this. Tiffany's going to let her do it. Clearly she thinks Bowen's going to kick out, but she doesn't. Katherine Albright with the win. And what the hell was that from Tiffany? Just letting Katherine Albright do it there. Literally just let her have the win. She saw the win coming to her. But she did it. She picked up the win anyway. And a very impressive showing from Katherine Albright it was when she got matched up with Hallie Bowen. She knew exactly what she was going to do in that match and took control. There was the crucifix earlier. We'll have a look, another look at this one. The referee, before the kick out, releasing the hold. Peculiar stuff there. But look at that, Katherine Albright with a beautiful display of strength. And then going on to pick up the win with this massive leg drop. And the famouser as well. And I thought maybe then they were both going to go for the cover. Instead, Albright went for it. And Tiffany Abbott let Albright do it. Well, maybe some alliances forming early on. And maybe that's how they'll get themselves noticed in the women's division. But Katherine Albright picked up the all-important win. Her debut here on Mayhem is a successful one. But you've got to give the assist to Tiffany Abbott for letting her have it. But it doesn't stop her from showing how good she really can be. Big win for Katherine Albright tonight. Is she ready to go and take on the women's champion Sandra Piper? I guess we'll have to find out soon enough. But it's now time for the next battle.
I am Dormus. Before Dormus leads his team to glory, Dormus has huge news. Today you all get to witness something very special, something legendary, something you will never forget. I spent the last few weeks out of action making the masterpiece, and now Dormus is ready to give you the best present ever given to mankind. Roll the footage, Mr. Techman. Dormus, the new fragrance by Darmus.
Well, a big tag team announcement, or more of a singles announcement. I think it's just Darmus's fragrance there. But now to actually get on with some real wrestling after a very bizarre announcement indeed from Mr. Darmus. Because we have the return of UpUpDownDown after months out injured at the hands of the linebacks. Austin Creed and El Murpho return to in-ring action here for the tag team tournament. We've already seen Adrian, Nathaniel and Lachlan making big strides in the tournament by eliminating the Cotterrells. Yes, they did get the jump on them, but they did get the win. That's what they needed, and especially as a new team, they wanted to make a statement, and they did just that. So now Austin Creed and El Murpho return to in-ring action, and it's been a while, and of course they're still we assume they're now at full recovery, but it may not be the case. The question is, how good are they going to be? They've been out for a while, but of course they are former Mayhem Tag Team Champions. It's a big ask here for Darmus and for Black Jesus, the League of Gods, up against UpUpDownDown. I'm not entirely sure these two teams have met before. I'm pretty sure this is the first time these two have met, and of course with all these new tag teams coming into the ring, it's important for both these teams to make an impact. Darmus and Creed going to start this one off. Of course, Darmus just unveiling his new fragrance called Darmus by Darmus, and very typical Darmus behaviors right there, claiming that this is going to be the year of the gods, and they can do that if they can pick up a tag team win here, of course, and progress to the next round of the tournament. Of course, the tag team titles won't be put on the line until the following pay-per-view after the Battle of the Brands one. The name and details on that one to be decided, of course, after the Fight Night pay-per-view that will be up next this Sunday. And Creed getting straight to work here on Darmus. And the League of Gods, they've been pretty good since debuting as a tag team. Of course, they did attack poor innocent Greg to announce that they were becoming a tag team. Oh, beautiful snap suplex by Darmus. But Darmus, of course, since then has been working on this fragrance in the background, and clearly weren't out injured like we assumed he was following the attack from the Dragon Dynasty, of course, who have recently parted ways with the WIW. Now being dragged to the corner, of course, might be looking to tag in here. Black Jesus, and he does. The powerhouse of the League of Gods gets himself involved in the match for the first time, and Creed in a vulnerable position here as Jesus comes in fresh off the tag. And now look at this. Oh, and beautiful full Nelson slam there, and now Creed trying to crawl away to his partner in El Murpho, who's rocking the UpUpDownDown gear to here tonight. And look at this, the wrenching away on the neck, very nicely done indeed by Black Jesus. And now going to land the running fist drop there. And the League of Gods off to a good start here. I thought initially that Woods was going to try and pull away, but since then it looks like the League of Gods are doing their thing here. They're working away here, and now a submission hold in the middle of the ring, which Creed is able to slide out of with relative ease. Might be looking to make the tag, and he does. El Murpho into the ring. El Murpho, of course, in the trial era, probably wasn't the leader of the tag team. That was definitely not sure, of course. That was definitely for sure. But, of course, El Murpho did pick up the titles in the triple threat ladder match in which they won the tag team titles on. Look at that. A massive drop there. Yep, the tag team titles, of course, won in the ladder match, which El Murpho climbed the ladder to retrieve the titles, and therefore becoming the tag team champions. But unfortunately for them, they would lose quite quickly, I believe like 2 or 3 weeks later, in a tag team rematch with the Linebacks 2-on-2, and they fell short. And that is what then triggered, of course, the Linebacks to be caught in a battle with the Wolfpack, which currently is scheduled for the Battle of the Brands. But of course we are determined on that, because the Wolfpack will have to defend their tag team titles against the Dragon Dynasty. And now look at this, being brought back to his feet as they take it to the outside one more time, and now crashing into the barricade here. And now wearing him down there, Lufes press, and just continues to beat down on the outside. And now UpUpDownDown with a bit of control as El Murpho has come into the match here. bringing some life back to UpUpDownDown. We knew they were going to be a bit rusty. We knew they were going to make some mistakes, and another one just made here. Couldn't get Jesus back into the ring. He fights out of the hold. We knew they were going to make mistakes, of course. We still don't know the extent of condition. As far as we are aware, they are 100% healthy and ready to compete. The Dragon Dynasty, not exactly the freshest team either, following the beatdown from the Dragon Dynasty. Tag made, and in comes Creed. And in comes Darmus as well. And Creed was waiting for Darmus to get back in. Massive clothesline. And another massive clothesline. And a third one as well. To Darmus. Taken down with authority. What a statement to get back into this matchup. Oh, look at this. Darmus with a big reversal there. And into the leg drag. And Darmus was in control of Woods. The first stint he was in the ring. But now, Creed with a bit of life. And he might be thinking about making a tag here. To the corner, he does. In comes Black Jesus again. And now look at this. What's he thinking? Oh, look at this. Oh, ramming him down with a headbutt there. And a bit more showboating here from the League of Gods. Just enjoying themselves out here as they once again re-establish control. And maybe it probably wasn't the best idea for Murpho to tag out there. Maybe he sensed he was losing control as they were fighting on the outside. And Black Jesus gets a 2 count for the League of Gods. And this has been impressive so far from the League of Gods. Of course, they wanted to make a good impression here. They want to show the power of Darmus, the new fragrance. By Darmus, and look at that. Massive spinning back fist. Spinning back fist. And now might be looking for the spinning powerbomb to follow through. Oh no, instead he's going to the corner. Maybe they've worked on something big here. Tag made, and it looks like they have. Darmus to the top rope. There's the spinning powerbomb, but an elbow drop to follow through. Into the cover by the League of Gods. Is Murpho going to get there? Yes, he is. Oh, but look at this, going straight back into the cover and had to break it up again. And now Jesus catching him with a massive suplex. And now Darmus going back to the top rope. Might be looking for another elbow drop. Oh no, begging him to get back to his feet. The League of Gods in control here. And now look at this, another elbow drop. This time with a standing Creed. And complete control from the Dragon Dynasty on the former Mayhem Tag Team Champions. The one of 2 teams in history to hold them, of course, other than the current champions, the Linebacks. And now, look at this, Darmus partying around as the big elbow drop comes in. And now, ready to put this one away. Looking for it. We haven't seen this in quite some time. Darmus looking for greetings from Greece. Greetings from Greece. And Murpho's still down on the outside. Is that it for Creed? Yes, it is. The League of Gods with a massive win over the former tag team champions, who, as I mentioned, of course, only just coming back from injury today. A massive display, though, from the League of Gods. Big, big victory for them, and their hunt for the tag team titles continue here. And in the next round of the tag team tournament, they'll be taking on AD Nathaniel and Lachlan, who've already shown they're not willing to let take any prisoners. But the League of Gods making a massive statement here, taking out the former tag team champions, and it was the greetings from Greece that did the trick in the end. And the League of Gods with a very impressive victory. Well, a tag victory and the debut of their new fragrance, Darmus. The fragrance by Darmus. And a big, big day indeed for the League of Gods. But is this the beginning of their road to the Tag Team Championship? Another impressive win for the League of Gods. Can they carry it all the way this time to getting themselves a Tag Team title opportunity? Let's move on, because now we have 2 big title matches to come in the co-main events. Match number 1 of our 2 co-main events. And it is a Falls Count Anywhere. 1 fall to the finish for the European Championships. Mason Foster immediately requesting his rematch after losing the European Championship at the last pay-per-view. And of course, no titles will be defended at the Brand Battle pay-per-view. The name and details of that will be coming in the future, as I've mentioned earlier in this video. But now Mason Foster has to bounce back. He has to come back from the defeat to Brad Skeens. Brad Skeens came out and said that he wasn't fit to be champion, that he wasn't ready, and that he got very lucky. And he turned out to be right. Brad Skeens on his third attempt, captured the not the US title, excuse me, became the first US competitor to capture the European Championship, and now Mason Foster making a big cinematic entrance here tonight. All the pyrotechnics coming out for the Welsh Wonder Boy. Can he pick up the title again? He'll be the first person to ever win the European Championship twice if he can pick up the win here tonight. Of course, this man ending the amazing run of Jace that stretched for 84 days, if I remember off the top of my head. And Mason Foster, unfortunately, drops the European Championship at the first defense of the title. But tonight, Mason Foster has to bounce back from that, and he has to make himself known, and he gets a chance to do that here tonight, starting 2018 off for him with a title rematch, which of course he was contractually obliged to do, and he's cashed it in straight away here tonight, not wasting any time at all. But he's up against the tough opponent, and it's a man who's proven himself on several occasions, and finally, with the US flag on the side plates, it is Brad Skeens coming down for the first time as the champion of Europe. He's made it his goal for quite some time to become the first ever US European champion. But of course, it's been unfortunate for him because Jace was just so dominant and he couldn't capture it. But then he came back, he saw an opportunity on a champion who of course hadn't quite yet found his feet, and he managed to take advantage and capture the European Championship as a result. And now Brad Skeens has a tough task on his first night as champion, or technically his first week as champion, because the tournament, of course, happening last week in calendar time. A big ask for him here tonight in his first title defense, and it is the European Championship on the line currently with the United States flags on the side, but will the Welsh flag be back on it tonight? Mason Foster, the man who ended Jace's reign, now has the tough task of coming here tonight following the rematch to Brad Skeens. Of course, a fantastic battle and losing in quite devastating fashion at the ending of the spear onto the ladder. Can Foster bounce back tonight and recapture the title? But the new European champion needs to make an impression tonight. He said third time was the charm. He predicted that he would become the champion tonight. He has to defend it for the first time, and we will see what type of reign we're in for here if he can hold it. He really needs to show himself off here tonight, and Skeens has every intention of doing so. Look at that, rubbing it in the face of Mason Foster. And it's been a highly anticipated rematch. You guys have all been requesting it. These guys have been requesting it. And now on the first night of 2018 of WIW's Monday Night Mayhem, the European Championship on the line. One of two title matches on the line tonight. And it's going to be a big, big matchup. Falls count anywhere. Anything goes. No countouts. No disqualification. First man to pick up a pinfall wins. And remember, we've got another falls count anywhere in the main event in a 2 out of 3 falls count match for the WIW Championship. And Skeens straight out the gate, not wasting any time here. Very, very much with the idea that he's going to defend the title as quickly and as painlessly as possible. Brad Skeens, but look at this. Taking the time to show off a bit here and laying some massive jabs right to the face of Mr. Mason Foster. No way. Wait a minute. Skeens. A spear. Skeens with the spear already. And into the cover. No rope break. Oh, and I thought he'd done it. Foster on the back rope already, and the spear from Brad Skeens in a matter of moments here. Just destroying Foster out the gate, and now looking to wrap this title match up in a matter of moments. These two have both been waiting for this title opportunity, and neither one of them want to miss out on it. And now look at this, crash into the corner and following it through with a running bulldog, and Skeens doing great. And look at this, begging Foster to bring the fight, begging him to get back to his feet. But Foster is hurt, and he's hurt bad. Leg drop. Maybe Foster isn't as recovered as he thought from the first time that these two collided. And now look at this. Wheelbarrow neck breaker. And Foster is in big trouble here. This title reign could be coming. This title reign might be continuing. A second spear Foster is in trouble. This surely is it. He's done it. Skeens, in devastating fashion, retains on his first night as champion the European Championship. What a massive win. Look at that. Straight out the gate, just dominated. There was the first spear that didn't put him away. The connection on it, and maybe Foster, of course, still feeling the effects of the spear that crashed him onto the ladder that lost him the European Championship. But on what was supposed to be his big rematch, he doesn't manage to cash in on the opportunity, and the wheelbarrow neckbreaker following with a second spear, and Brad Skeens retains the European Championship. Well, he needed to make this big impression. He needed to have a big win here tonight, and he's done just that. He knows that loads of people are going to be gunning for that title, but Brad Skeens retains the European Championship and sends a warning to all those incoming. Of course, won't be defending his title until after the Battle of the Brands pay-per-view, where he is scheduled to compete now as he is European Champion. But tonight, he can celebrate. Foster defeated by Skeens in devastating fashion. What a win by Brad Skeens, and that's only one of our 2 title matches tonight. It's time for our second co-main event for the WIW Championship. A big win for Skeens, and who is still the European Champion. Weeks and weeks, months and months, this rivalry has been brewing, but the general manager swears that tonight it all comes to an end. The WIW Championship on the line here as Jaden goes one-on-one with Albright. Aaron Albright losing the WIW Championship in the triple threat elimination matchup at the last pay-per-view, but now has a chance to capture it back. And of course, a win here for him tonight will make him a 3-time WIW champion. And of course, that will be the most world title reigns in history. He was the first to do it. He was the first to become a 2-time world champion. And now Jaden has copied him in that trend and has become a 2-time champion himself. But tonight, he has to do it. So far, the WIW title has never been successfully defended in its entire existence as a title. Only 3 men to hold it so far. But can he do it? Can he continue that trend and capture the title here tonight? Remember, the general manager has made it clear that these 2 will be banned from competing in the ring with each other for quite some time. So tonight is a big deal because, of course, if whoever walks out the champion has the championship, and the other won't be able to compete for the title as long as the other is champion. So it's important that they walk out the win. This big rivalry coming to conclusion tonight. Or is it? We can never tell with these 2. But the champion is here. The 2-time WIW champion Jaden makes his way down to the ring. The solution, the mastermind, the plan. And with his own side plates finally on the title. Didn't get the chance to put them on last time. He lost the title too quickly. But tonight, Jaden has a chance to start 2018 by making history, by becoming the first man to successfully defend the WIW Championship. Of course, tied most World Championship reigns with 2 now, tying with Aaron Albright, who is the man he faces tonight. He always has a plan, is what he claims. And of course, he had a great plan in the triple threat match. Everyone was so paranoid thinking that he was going to try and do something like blindside them or hire somebody to do something. No one knew what he had planned, and that gave him the element surprise. So when he came out full guns blazing and picked up both eliminations, that was clearly the plan. And Jaden looking to defend the World Championship tonight. This is a massive main event to start off 2018. But the question is, can he do it? Will he be the first man to successfully defend the championship? The X Factor, Aaron Albright, and the man with the plan, the solution, the mastermind, is ready to defend tonight for the first time as he became the 2-time champion. Of course, lost his title to Aaron Albright last time round, picking it back up again in the triple threat match. And now tonight has a chance to put Aaron Albright behind him for good. A big, big fight feel here, and it is for the WIW Championship. Jaden and Albright for the final time under the orders of General Manager Aaron Albright, the challenger, former 2-time world champion. Tonight has a chance to make history by becoming a 3-time world champion. Does he have what it takes to beat the mastermind that is Jaden and walk out once again with the WIW title? But Jaden knows what it takes to win. He always has a plan. But what is the plan of action tonight? Can he make history and become the first man to successfully defend the WIW Championship? It's been heavily contested between these two and Jace, who of course Jace parted ways not too long ago. And now with him out of the way, these two can finally settle their differences, finally get things done, and finally become, one of them will become the champion here tonight. The referee holds the title up one more time, and this could be the last time that these two men, or one of these two men, will see it for a while. Remember, 2 out of 3 falls, but it is falls count anywhere, no countouts, no disqualifications, and we are ready to go. And the collar and elbow tie-up straight out the gate. And look at this, the speed of Jaden here in the collar and elbow tie-up. Oh, but managing to get behind here is Aaron Albright. And the height advantage there, I've never noticed such a big height advantage in favor of Albright, in favor of Jaden, sorry. But of course, these two very rarely squaring off one-on-one. Someone else usually finds their way into the fold and gets themselves involved in the title picture. A big backbreaker there by Jaden. And Jaden's gunning out the gate here, not wasting any time at all there, and there's a massive brain buster. These two of the most dominant people in WIW, or at least the Mayhem. Of course, you wonder why they've had so many title opportunities, and that is because they've both earned their rights to the title. They've both proven time and time again that they're worthy being up top. Oh, look at that beautiful counter there by Jaden. And Albright's going to roll that harm's way while Jaden takes the time to gloat and to taunt. Both 2-time world champions as it stands. And Jaden looking to defend the title for the first time. Albright looking to become the most-time world champion. They both know what it takes to win the title. Neither of them know what it takes to hold it as of yet. But can tonight finally be the night that one of them does it? The referee following them to the outside, of course, and they are more than welcome to be out here for as long as they want. And a match that has had as much build-up as this one, I would not be surprised if it doesn't find its way back into the ring. Albright trying to get going now. He's had a bit of a slow start here, but since coming on to the outside, he's managed to keep control. Maybe Albright with the plan of attack tonight. Maybe Jaden's idea was to get it in the ring. And this is the thing with Jaden. People spend so much time trying to figure out what he's trying to do. They don't seem to realize what he is doing and what he does when he's inside the ring. Reversing the suplex there with the hip toss. And now trying to advance further. There's a neck breaker. Remember, WIW Championship on the line. Aaron Albright and Jaden, these two have been battling for months to become the champion. Oh, look at that! Onto the steps with the suplex. And these guys taking no prisoners. Here tonight doing whatever it takes. And what's Albright thinking now? Albright gonna toss Jaden into the crowd. And we're gonna see some action inside the crowd. And look at this. Albright has been in complete control since getting to the outside. And Jaden might have a minor concussion following the assault on the stairs. Oh, but look at this, Jaden breaking the hold that Albright had there. Took him a little while to do that, but he does so. Remember, this is 2 out of 3 falls. The falls can occur anywhere. It can happen right here. The winning cover could happen right here in the crowd. Or one of the winning covers, of course, need 2 to pick up the win. And now Jaden fighting back here in the crowd. They're doing whatever they can to pick up the win. The crowd are loving this as these two battle here on the other side of the arena. Of course, we can't really see due to the obstructions. This is great camera work again. This is the Money in the Bank ladder match all over again. But now look at Albright controlling the situation here. But Jaden trying to fight back as much as he can. And Jaden not letting him go where he wants to go. He's trying to send him one way. Albright keeps sending him back. But look at this. Albright on the back pedal now. Massive strikes coming in from Jaden, who all of a sudden is in control of the situation. These two just brawling here on the outside of the crowd. Oh, look at that. Just stunning him off the barricade. The referee, I'm hoping he's following all this because, of course, if the cover occurs and he's not in position, that could cost someone the first cover of the match. And, of course, we all know how important that first cover could turn out to be. But these two refusing to give in to the other here in the crowd. Neither one of them wants to back down for a second. And just trying to dominate here in this brawl. Of course, no room to really pull off a slam at all because so crowded here in the backstage area. And now Jaden, look at this, dragging his face across the top of the barrier there. And now Albright breaks the hold. And continuing to brawl here. They've gone a full circle around this layer of the crowd. And now Jaden clearly wants him to go somewhere. He wants to send him back to the top of the ramp. Albright, I'm not sure where he's going. He just seems to be wanting to punch and kick his way through this one. A massive knee. And they're right near the barricade there. And look at that massive strike. Sends him over the barricade. And Albright comes back to ringside. And these two clearly showing they'll go wherever, they'll do whatever it takes to become the world champion. That's what you've got to do to become the champion. Back into the ring, and I think this was Jaden's plan. Jaden wants to be inside the ring. He wants to control the ring, and he wants to make sure that Albright is contained, and he's doing a good job here as he brings it back into the ring with the suplex. And this is what I was saying. He had control when they were in the ring, but when Albright took it to the outside, that's when he started to lose the control. Clearly the plan here tonight is to pick up all the covers in the ring. And now look at this. What's he thinking? Gut wrench. Oh! Into the gut buster. And now to the top rope. We see him pick up the win with the Phoenix Splash. Is he going to do it today? Yes, it is! Phoenix Splash! But is that going to be enough to get the first cover of the match? No, it's not. It's a 2.5. 2.5 count. And I thought that was going to be the first cover of the match. And it's not. Albright finding the strength to kick out. Not letting him get the first cover. But continues to dominate here. And the Hurricane Rana follows through. And Aaron Albright on the back pedal. This has been all Jaden inside the ring. Look at that double leg takedown there with the drop kick. And now working away on him on the back here. Oh, look at this. Taunting him with press-ups on the back of Aaron Albright. And the mastermind came here with a clear plan. Albright thought this was going to get chaotic. He wanted to take this to the crowd, but Jaden had other ideas. And he's brought it back into the ring, which is where he is dominating and controlling this matchup right now. And now going for the cover again. Just trying to score the first cover of the match. And it's a 2 count again. Jaden thinking for a second what he's going to do. And then lands an elbow to the top of the head of Albright. Doesn't quite get all of it though. Hurts his elbow on the way through, as you saw. Can Albright land this one? Can he pick up this important win? A historic win either way. But who here tonight will make history? And now look at this. In the corner, flips him over the shoulder. Oh, and a drop kick to follow through. And Jaden bringing it all out here tonight. And now look at this. Oh, just dropping him down onto the apron. Albright, this is getting worrying for him. He's taking a huge beatdown right now. He needs to start mounting some offense, or this match could be over very soon. Oh, now to the outside. And he might want to be careful here. This is where he lost control the first time. He's going to go for the cover as he crashes onto the canvas. Referee takes a second to gather himself before making the cover. And he only gets a 2 count. And Jaden wondering what he's got to do to get that first fall. Albright refusing to give in at least. But he needs to start mounting some offense. It's okay kicking out of 2, but if you don't do anything, then that's going to hurt you, just like that suplex to the steel steps is going to do to him. And Jaden, now it's on the barricade. What's he thinking here? Just going to beat him down on the barricade. Just keeping control, not letting him have a second to breathe. Oh, look at that. Just pulling away on the body here. Oh, and a beautiful standing moonsault and straight into the cover. Is that going to be enough? Has he finally got the first cover in a battle? No, it's another 2 count. And Jaden can't believe his eyes. He doesn't know what he has to do to put him away and to secure the first cover of this match. Remember, this is 2 out of 3 falls. If it's this much effort to get 1, how difficult is it going to be to get 2? Jaden's finding it out tonight. He's not being much under attack since leaving the crowd. But there definitely is the damage done. And now what's Jaden thinking? Oh, he's going to send him back into the crowd. And of course, Skeens versus Foster was quite a short match for the title. These two clearly not giving in as easily. Not to say that Foster just gave in. Of course, I'm sure that was not at all what happened. But he's definitely taking... Albright taking a lot more damage to be kept down than Foster definitely did. Now look at this. These two squaring off once again in a similar place. And now, oh, look at this! Crashed him into chairs there. And the chairs doing a little bit of damage there as he got wobbly. Oh, look at that. Tried to take him down there with a chop block. Couldn't do it. And now Albright on the offensive. Might be looking for that brainbuster. He does connect with it. Connects with the brainbuster. And all of a sudden, Jaden's on the back pedal. Is this the first cover? It is! And one massive move from Albright has turned the tide in this match. And now all of a sudden, Albright's winning. It's 1 cover to nothing. The super kick. What is this? Where did this come from Albright? Albright wins! Albright wins! What the hell just happened? A new lease of life just sprung into the eyes of Aaron Albright. And Albright picks up the 2-0 win. 2 covers in the matter of 30 seconds from Aaron Albright. And Jaden must be distraught. He can't believe... I wouldn't be surprised if he was unconscious right now. What on earth just happened? How did Jaden come out the loser in that match? Look at this. This was the turning point. The massive brainbuster. Knocking him down in the kick. Getting him 2 covers in the matter of 30 seconds. And we now have a 3-time world champion in Aaron Albright. He's done it again. He's captured the title on his first night here in 2018. Well, he may struggle to defend it when it's on the line, but can this year be the one where Aaron Albright finally has a long title reign now that Jaden is officially behind him? That's going to conclude tonight's show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.